Now, Tsakane residents in Ekurhuleni say they've been battling water problems for 4 years now. Our reporter Zola Sholawana joins me live from Ekurhuleni. Zola, good to speak to you this afternoon. 4 years is a long time for these residents to be dealing with water challenges. What is the nature of these challenges?
Well, Hugo, 4 years is a long time, like you said, experiencing unreliable water supply. As you have heard residents speak earlier on, we even visited the elderly who were saying it's even a challenge to fetch water from the water tankers that are usually dispatched by the municipality, which with them even complaining that they don't even trust that the water that's been brought by the water tankers is safe enough for drinking, saying that this problem has been ongoing for the longest time, and they saw that there's a reservoir that's currently being built, and they also mentioned that they were told by the municipality that they should expect running water from their taps from the month of September this year. But when they look at the reservoir, it doesn't look promising. But I'm joined by the mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni just to tell us about what is being done by the municipality to address the issue. So thank you very much for your time. I mean, 4 years is such a long time, experiencing water issues, understanding that water is a basic need. What is the root of the problem?
No, thank you very much for having us. I must say that we, as a city, had, a plan for growth, both residential and industrial growth. And that is why, if you look in the last term during Mayor Masina's tenure, he had announced a massive infrastructure project, which included, the building of the 39 reservoirs. And I must say, since 2021, there's been a bit of lack of progress in those reservoirs, but largely also communication, because we have to communicate to our communities. That is why we have then restored the Mayor Zimbizo's program, and we ensured that we go to the areas of Tsakane. We were there on Friday. We did meet with the community. We've been to Ekurhuleni. As you know, we've launched it in Tembisa sometime last week, and really to communicate, about progress update, because part of the changes that were brought in the council in Ekurhuleni was about, the water issues in Tsakane, the water issues in Ekurhuleni, the non-responsiveness of the leadership in the Tembisa issues and all that. And we were convinced that there is progress. We've actually communicated to the communities that indeed the reservoirs should be completed in end of June. And we should be able to commission that reservoir by July. But importantly, there is a pump station that we're adding additional capacity. There's 2 pumps currently. We're adding additional, 5 pumps to actually ensure that we pump into the high-lying areas of Tsakane, of Katema. And we've made a commitment that by September there should be, because we are targeting that when there's high demand, when there's a peak in demand because of the summer season, we must be having a permanent solution to actually provide water there. And of course, there are areas where communities are saying, what should we do in the meantime? And we are saying in the meantime, we are talking also to rainwater, because partly there is a commitment that we need from rainwater to actually ensure that they maintain their own reservoirs at above 40%. And just last week, there's been a bit of a regress in those commitments, both for the communities of Tsakane and the communities of Ekurhuleni. We have called for the minister to actually assist us to get rainwater to keep their eye on the ball. And we're very happy that the minister has commitment. We will be meeting with them on Tuesday. And we have made also another commitment to our communities that should rainwater continue not to pay attention, the mayor and the mayoral committee will lead the communities to protest before rainwater, because we do want everybody to play their part, including our own engineers. Should we not meet the July timelines, I did indicate to them that some of the engineers, they will have to present to the mayor there or to the city manager their letters of resignation, because we can't continue having timelines that must must be shifted. We want to ensure that there's continued, provision of water to our communities in Tsakane across Ekurhuleni.
Now, Mayor, we went to the reservoir that's currently under construction, and when we spoke to residents, they said the other reservoirs that were built, it took over 10 years to be completed. And you're saying the timeline, or rather they should expect to have running water from September. Are you confident that that reservoir will be complete to supply the areas that are affected by September, as you say?
We are confident. That is why we were in the Imbizo. Before we go to the Izimbizos, we actually go to the reservoir to actually see the project and be briefed by engineers on the ground about progress. We know some of the interventions that we've actually made in the city with the budget adjustment to actually ensure that we do further allocation. We're looking at the budget that we must finalize. We are also looking at ensuring that those areas are also, there is no shortages, because we can't afford to have that community crying over issues of water again. And as I've said it, there's growth. The communities of Tsakane, there's new communities there. Every day, Premier Panyaza announces beautiful programs in Gauteng, Nasispani. People are coming to Gauteng to look for opportunities. So we should be able to project that there will be high demand for water, and we need to build storages to actually cater for the additional demands.
Thank you very much for your time, Mayor. Well, Hugo, you have heard the mayor saying that the municipality is promising residents that water will be restored by the month of September. Failure to do that, certain people will be held accountable. In fact, they'll have to come forward, and some people will maybe find themselves in a position of losing their jobs, because people can't find themselves in this position of fighting for the most basic of human rights, which is water in this regard. Hugo, back to you in studio.
Zola, Sholawana, appreciate your time coming to us from Ekurhuleni and getting confirmation from the mayor of Ekurhuleni that there will be water available to those residents come September.